announcement. It's 68 degrees and there's a 30% chance that it's already raining.
Reporting live, I am news reporter Estrella Amador, and tonight we have a very special episode here on SISTEMMA News. Jill Bolt-Taylor, highly educated brain scientist, shares her experiences with the stroke she suffered from on the 10th of December 1996. Tonight we will take you through her incident and what followed, as well as interview Ms. Taylor and Dr. Jekyll in our Celebrity Hot Seat segment. Most importantly, we will ask ourselves, how does suffering from a stroke affect one's brain functionally in regards to intuition and consciousness of energy? Tonight we present to you a stroke of insight.
Reporting live from Cambridge, Massachusetts, I am Jasmine Gonzalez and I'll be interviewing several witnesses of Jill's stroke. Here we have Jill's colleague Steve. In what ways did you contribute to the incident?
I was actually at work when Jill called. I was a bit confused at first because I didn't really know who I was talking to. All I did was like woo woo woo, almost as if I was talking to like a golden retriever. I finally recognized Jill was talking and she needed help, and I got her some help immediately.
Here we have the ambulance paramedic, Jimena. In what ways did you contribute to the incident?
Well, once I got the call, I immediately joined my crew on the ambulance. I was a little excited because it was my first case. I'm new here. We found Jill limping, and it seemed as though she was shifting between reality and detachment. It was quite surreal for my first case. I have never seen anything like it. You would think a stroke just knocks you out and leaves you on the ground, but it really just gradually takes over your consciousness. We wheeled her into the ambulance and off we went. Oh no! I got a call!
Why is she running? Here we have Jill's doctor. How did you contribute to the incident?
Jill called the hospital where I work at Mount Auburn Hospital. The receptionist answered and she said that she only heard mumbling, so she handed the phone to me. I immediately understood enough of her message to comprehend who it was and what she needed, which is when I directed her to come straight to the hospital, but she didn't fully understand. No matter how slow and clear I repeated myself. Somehow she finally communicated that help was on the way. When she arrived, she was barely conscious. We kept her in the hospital for a few days and ran a bunch of tests. Eventually, she had to relearn everything, even simple things like eating and walking.
That's all the information we have today for Jill's incident.
We are live from Celebrity Hot Seats. Let's now welcome our lovely brain scientist.
Oh my god, I'm so happy to be here today.
So, what made you want to look into the study of the brain?
Well, my brother was diagnosed with the brain disorder schizophrenia, and during our childhood, he experienced reality differently than I did, and he chose to behave differently than I did as well. Therefore, I became fascinated with the human brain. I always wondered how we shared the same experience, but we dealt with it very differently. The difference in perception, information processing, and output motivated me to become a brain scientist and study more about it.
How did you know you were having a stroke? What did it feel like?
In the course of 4 hours, I watched my brain completely deteriorate from its ability to process all information. I woke up one morning not being able to walk, talk, read, write, or recall any of my life. I woke up with a sharp pain behind my left eye, but I just let it be and continued with my normal routine. I started exercising and noticed that my body wasn't functioning like it usually is, but my headache was only getting worse. I got off the exercising machine, and as I walk, I feel like everything inside my body has slowed down. As I step into the shower, I would hear voices in my head, I would lose my balance, and I couldn't define the boundaries of my body. I would drift in and out of my consciousness, and when I was out, I would feel peace, euphoria, and nirvana. I wasn't able to understand language. Coming to a realization I needed help, my right arm went totally paralyzed, and that's when I realized that I was having a stroke. I thought it was cool because I was a brain scientist that was able to study my own brain from the inside out, but also that I needed to get help right away.
Overall, with this experience, do you have any final thoughts you would like to share with us?
Well, my recovery was very brutal and it lasted a total of 8 years. I believe that the more time we spend choosing to run the deep inner peace circuitry of our right hemispheres, the more peace we will project into the world and the more peaceful our planet will be. I just feel like that is an idea that's worth spreading.
Thank you for being here and sharing all this experience with us.
My pleasure.
Now, pleasure to meet you too. Dr. Jekyll, word has been going around about you conducting new experiments. Have any of these experiments led to any physical changes to your body?
Yes, well frankly, I had lost control of myself, and I felt tightening in my brain and shivering in my body. and then there was the voices. I felt my consciousness leave my physical body, and I suddenly was in a realm of darkness, and just everything went black. And then I saw my physical body transform into something like unrecognizable, and it was completely dark. In my research, I discovered a way to divide the two sides of human nature, good and evil. Some other being by the name of Mr. Hyde consumed my body and reigned terror all through London, according to some of my colleagues.
So throughout this experience you had, do you have any recollection of what happened in the altered state?
I have a zero recollection. The feeling in my nerves simply just left my body. I suddenly forgot all memories I had, and I went to the mind state of primal species or feral child.
So have you found any ways to reverse the experiment?
Well, I think I may have found a breakthrough in reversing the effects. I've created a solution that should reverse the effects. The first trial is being conducted tomorrow.
So it was a pleasure having you here, and that's all, folks.
We'll be back after this commercial break here on SISTEMMA News.
Have you or a loved one ever suffered from a stroke that inhibited your grammatical ability? Do you wish you had done something to help or prevent it?
Definitely, maybe you could have done anything. Something would have helped. Maybe a book or an episode about science and neurology.
Well then, I have just the thing. In Miss Amrine's Honors SISTEMMA class for sophomores, you will learn amazing things that incorporate almost every other academic subject into English.
Wow, tell me more!
If you or a loved one has had a stroke, an out-of-body experience, a near-death experience, or is just terrible at grammar, you may be eligible for the Students Innovating Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Media Arts Academy. You will learn to study science and math through various excerpts and articles, as well as expand your skills as a student through pacey writings and multimedia projects. Call now! Apply at the end of the year to get your 1-year SISTEMMA experience. Remember kids, when dealing with neurology and grammar, be meticulous, not ridiculous.
I love this class!
Welcome back to SISTEMMA News. We've seen how a stroke can both harm and benefit the mind in the long run, but which rates more?
Welcome to the debate room. I'm your host, Vinay Takahashi, and tonight we have Chloe Marquez and Brandon Johnson here to discuss about how the stroke affects your brain and whether it's more of an advantage or a disadvantage in the long run.
While experiencing a stroke may seem greatly harmful, which of course it is, I'm not invalidating that, a stroke can be an eye-opening experience that, while it isn't necessarily desired, it is definitely something to behold, especially if you're able to live through it. Jill described these periods of time where she just experienced pure bliss and euphoria, in which all the stress from work and her life and emotional baggage that she had collected over the past 30 or more years of her life had just been completely vanished. They just completely disappeared. Also, in the long run, a stroke provides a new and grateful perspective on reality because it allows you to appreciate life and your brain's functionality and your brain's power. And it helps you transcend into a new reality in which you're not only aware of your own energies, but more aware of the space around you and how you connect to other beings.
Okay, well, obviously, a stroke is more disadvantageous, of course. The only benefit that you would really gain is the money that you're suddenly eligible for. A stroke greatly harms your brain's functionality and causes a large amount of distress. The person could have tremendous damage to the brain and could really harm them in their everyday life. As well as they really wouldn't be able to have a contributing role in society. And if the stroke is really severe, then it can lead to death.
There you have it, folks. Tonight's episode revealed two different points of view on strokes. We found that it can lead you to a plane of reality that almost exceeds euphoria, while your brain deteriorates at the same time. A stroke can allow you to encounter new information and unlock more of your brain's potential, but inhibit some others. You can learn more from Jill Bolt-Taylor's book by picking up a copy from the library or Miss Amarine's room. Thanks for tuning in to SISTEMMA News. This has been A Stroke of Insight.
The solution, Ed or Hyde will no longer have control over me. I think it's working.
Okay, go, keep it up, keep it up. Okay, ready? Henry. Oh my god, he did.